everyone. Welcome to this episode of Rush Roots. This is Pat. So, Pat, why don't you tell us who you are and where you're from?
Hello. So my name is Pat Loftus, and I'm from Long Island, New York.
Awesome.
There you go. Short and sweet.
There you go.
All right. Well, why don't you tell us how you heard about Rush? What got you into the band, and what kept you around? This is your Rush Roots.
Awesome. So, like most of my music tastes, I'd have to credit that to my dad. He would always have, the classic rock stations on. And, when I was a little kid, I would hear Tom Sawyer, Limelight, all the hits. And I'm one of many people who originally thought the lead singer was a girl. But as like I started like looking online more, I was like, that's interesting. I think I really started to become an actual fan in middle school. And it helped having one or two friends who were also like into Rush too. One of my friends would actually tell me about like all these deep stuff. And even back then I didn't even know what those songs were, but he would like, we'd be like playing games and he'd be like sending me links to like YouTube, songs on YouTube. He's like, "Hey, you got to listen to this. You got to listen to this." So as I kept listening, I was like, wow, that's like really cool. Some songs I kind of forgot about then, but other ones, especially ones from Power Windows, I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I think it really changed. I really became a Rush fan the day my dad got me the Spirit of Rush or the Spirit of Radio CD. Not the cover band, sorry. But that had all the hits on it. And I was like, wow, this is cool. So I knew like everything about those, the hit songs. And my other friend in homeroom had his dad got him the Clockwork Angel CD. So I think I was in 8th grade or 7th grade. And he was like, "Oh man, you got the greatest hits. We should do a trade and stuff." So that's what we did. We traded, and I listened to Clockwork Angels, which was the first Rush album I listened to like in full. And I was really blown away.
So you gave him the hits and he gave you Clockwork.
Yes.
So you kind of got ripped off in a way, I guess, even though, at this point, it's probably Clockwork I'd rather listen to. Yeah, but it's like...
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was good because I already wore that CD out. And, I really was, I was like, wow, like this is new. I really want to listen to this. And when I listened to Clockwork, like I didn't really know much about the other stuff too. I'd say I know about 50% about the other discography, but I was like, wow, Clockwork Angels, like this is it's just perfect. I think it was like it was the perfect like introduction to being like a true Rush fan. So I listened to that a lot. And then from there, when I started listening to the other albums, I knew by 2013, by the end of 2013, after I saw them twice, I really became like a true Rush fan.
Cool.
All right. Well, that leads me to the next question, which is, when, where, and what tour was your first Rush show?
So my first Rush show was about 11 years ago on Long Island at the Jones Beach Theater. And that was kind of a show that my dad was like, "Hey, Rush is in town. This band Rush, you've heard them on the radio. Let's go see them." And I was like, okay, like, yeah, why not? Like, I want to hear Tom Sawyer and all that. And I went, and I remember the first thing, it was crowded. I was like, wow. And even back then, I was 11. I wasn't really into them, then, but I remember seeing just all these like people with beards and, 2 hands full of beard just walking around. I was like, what is going on here? And then I saw.
Wait, did you say beards like facial hair or beard
and beer?
Oh, okay.
Both. Okay. So, beards and beer. There we go.
So I was that blew me away. And then I remember distinctly there was this tent, and there was these 2 people who looked like Santa Claus, and they were just shredding the Spirit of Radio like together. And I was like, wow, like this is really something. And then from the show, which was Time Machine Tour, which was with the tour, that's like one of my favorite tours to like just listen to. But it's weird thinking back, like I knew nothing when I first saw Rush. Like I knew nothing. I didn't know Presto. I didn't know Stick It Out. I didn't know Time Stand Still. I just knew Tom Sawyer and Limelight, and not hardly Subdivision. And the one thing I remember was when they were whatever song they were playing. They had it was like these two animated. I think they were like seahorses that were like bouncing around.
Yeah, it was Leave That Thing Alone.
Right. And for years I was like, what song? And then I saw it. I was like, that's what the song was. So that was a big memory. And then yeah, I remember they played Tom Sawyer. And I think we left the show early to beat traffic. I told my dad about that. He said we didn't, but I feel like we did. So that goes to show how much I really wasn't too much of a fan back then. But by the next time I saw them, I already pretty much knew everything. And then now I'm the fan I am today.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's so great. Yeah, their live shows are very impactful, I think.
Mm-hmm. Even I feel for Rush fans and just casual or non-Rush fans, it is definitely an experience.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, what was your first favorite song and first favorite album? And does that differ from your favorite song and favorite album today?
As a matter of fact, it does. My first favorite song, the one that really, really stood out to me was Free Will. Because like even today, but back then I loved like keyboards. And that's the first thing I noticed like in that song. And just like the drive of that song was just fantastic. The guitar solo. That song really, and still does, I think, has everything that Rush has to offer. And that was the first song that I would just play nonstop. And I was obsessed with it. And that was when I didn't know anything much about Permanent Waves either. So I didn't really like care much about an album, but I do remember my first favorite album was Clockwork Angels after I watched it. But today, if I had to choose, I think Grand Designs is probably, that would be like if I had to choose a song, that would be it. Just because that song really like got me through a lot of stuff in middle school. And Power Windows would have to be my favorite album, Ryan. You know that. I think almost just because how much like synth and just guitars is in it, and I just can't like that. I think that'll be my favorite album until the day I die.
It's an awesome album. I think a lot of people shy away from the synth stuff, but they don't realize just how balanced the synth and guitar truly is. It's pretty amazing.
Exactly.
Yep. Awesome.
So first of all, anything else, any other interesting Rush facts you want to share about yourself or interesting stories or anything like that?
That's really it, honestly.
All right. Well, most people know, but Pat was my very first page admin. So, of course, when I created the page in 2013, I brought Pat on, I think 3 years later. And so Pat was the very first page admin. So I think this is the time and place to publicly thank you. But next and last here is where can people find you other than on Rushfans? Where can people find you on social media if they want to get in touch or talk Rush?
Yeah, you could find me on Instagram at Padarock_loft. I'm usually on Instagram every day. So if you want to shoot me a message or something, go straight ahead.
Cool. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Rush Roots. Pat, thanks for joining us. And
thank you guys.
Anyone out there that wants to share their Rush Roots with us, you can always email us. We're now at rushfans@rushfans.net. So feel free to shoot us an email and we'll have you on. Take care, everybody.